This scene changes everything. IMU didn't just threaten Harald, he offered him a deep-sea contract. A ritual so ancient and so forbidden that even the Gorosei fear its power. And what Harald sacrifices here might be the darkest deal in One Piece history. When chapter 1168 dropped, most fans focused on Shanks, on the Holy Knights, on the chaos of Elbaf, but they missed the most terrifying detail in the entire chapter. Because while the island was collapsing, while Harald's destiny was crumbling, IMU performed something we have never seen before. Not hockey, not a devil fruit, not ancient weapon tech. A deep-sea contract. A forbidden oath tied to the will of the ocean itself. Everything about this moment feels wrong, like we aren't supposed to see it. Harald kneels inside the flooded chamber, water rising chaotically around him. His armor is soaked. His breathing slows. The throne room becomes a drowning tomb. And then, IMU appears. Not walking, not entering, simply manifesting behind him, a silhouette of impossible size, with glowing eyes and a long, spiked, shadowy crown. IMU reaches out a hand, and everything stops. Even the water seems to hesitate. No dialogue, no explanation, just the silent command, accept the contract. And Harald, the proud giant king of Elbaf, kneels deeper and bows his head. To understand this, we need to understand the ocean in One Piece. The sea doesn't just exist, it has rules, it has judgment, it reacts. Devil fruit users are rejected. Sea currents move unnaturally. The calm belt protects ancient creatures. The world's shape itself is controlled by the oceans. And Vegapunk even hints at a will of the sea. So what is a deep-sea contract? It's not a deal, it's not bargaining, it's a binding ritual, where the sea takes something and gives something back. And here's the part that sends chills. Only one person in the entire world seems able to activate this ritual. IMU. A forbidden power of the sea devil. There is a reason Oda keeps connecting the origin of devil fruits to the ocean. The sea reacts violently to unnatural powers, maybe because those powers were stolen from it. If IMU controls the sea devil, or is the sea devil, then this contract might give Harald access to a power older than the world government. It explains Harald's sudden shift in expression, the acceptance, the emptiness. He wasn't bribed, he was being rewritten. B. A giant-related fruit or ancient ability. Elbaf is the land of legends. Giant lore is deeply connected to the Void Century. There may exist a fruit or power tied directly to the sea's ancient history. IMU offering such a forbidden ability would be the perfect temptation. A king desperate to save his people, given one final chance, at the cost of everything else. Harald didn't just seek strength. He sought salvation, and IMU weaponized that. C. A life exchange ritual. We already know the Ope Ope no Mi can trade life for eternity, but what about a sea-based equivalent? A ritual where life is extended, or exchanged, or completely consumed. This is why Harald accepted the contract with resignation. He knew the price. 1. Harald's soul. In One Piece, souls matter. Big Mom can touch them, Brook can return from the dead. Zone fruits may even contain living wills. If IMU binds a soul through the sea, Harald may no longer belong to himself. His emotionless posture, his acceptance, the sudden calm, it all fits the idea of a man who has already been claimed. 2. Harald's free will. After the ritual, Harald acts like a vessel, like someone whose decisions are no longer his own. IMU doesn't need loyalty. IMU needs obedience, absolute and irreversible. This contract might overwrite the will of a king, turning him into an extension of the empty throne. The darkest possibility is the simplest. Harald gave up his remaining life in exchange for a final act of protection. His death isn't a consequence, it's the completion of the ritual. He traded himself for Elbaf, and IMU accepted the deal. Elbaf is the strongest independent nation in the world, older than Marijua, older than the Celestial Dragons. For centuries, the giants resisted control, but IMU doesn't need armies, he doesn't need diplomacy, he doesn't need destruction. IMU needs symbols. A giant king kneeling, crushed under the weight of a ritual only IMU can perform, sends a message louder than any war. If this theory is true, the Deep Sea Contract reveals the final truth about IMU. IMU's power is not political, it is supernatural. This is why the oceans behave unnaturally, why the world is structured around one impossible continent, why ancient weapons exist. IMU isn't trying to rule the world. IMU is preparing to reset it. And Vegapunk's warning suddenly makes horrifying sense. The world will sink. Because in the final war, Luffy won't just fight a tyrant. He will fight a force tied to the sea itself. A force capable of binding souls, of rewriting fate, of drowning empires. If the Deep Sea Contract is real, then Harald wasn't a victim. He was the first sign of a power we were never meant to witness. And the next person who faces this choice might not survive it.